Dodo coming into the lap right now. Oh, and he has a massive snap, and that's probably going to ruin his final lap, so he will be staying in P17 unless Grants can get a good lap time. Let's go back up to Brian Evans, not Brian Evans, Bubbly now, hopping over these curbs through the right-hander. Where is he going to place that Red Bull? And it is going to be provisional pole for Bubbly. So who can beat that? Jaipo Jippy, P4, Dodo, P17. And we have Razagamer P8. Tharlo saves P2. He can't take it. Can Alex get it? We have a few more drivers finishing lap times. Morley stays P16. Nev Restream up to P4. Milionski and Jamie P8 and P9 at the moment. Swizzler P10. Caden P13. Where can Alex go as the other McLaren steers? He stays P2, so he actually overtakes Tharlo. Alex stays P3. He can't improve. And then we have Bath Destroyer P14. And Brian Evans stays P11. And I think that is going to be your grid. Raven in P6, I believe that was. Here we go to 5 red lights for a rainy Silverstone Grand Prix, where it's going to be lights out almost immediately, and away we go. Let's get these things up on the table for you. Bubbly, it does hold P1 as we go into turn 1, and we do see Bubbly is on the wet tyres. A few drivers going off there. That's an Aston Martin going off the track. I think that is of Jamie. Brian Evans already with a 3-second time penalty. Alex going down the inside of Tharlo there as they all really try to get down the inside. What a dive there from Neb, going down the inside of two drivers there on the Ferrari and the Sauber, but he does actually give the places back to both of those. Really sliding through there as Raven gets up to P5, and now going side by side is Razagamer trying to get down the inside of Jaipo Jippy, and as you can see, Neb there moving across to cover off the Haas. Very good sports and very good teammanship there for the Mercedes. None of that even made sense. Still side by side, 3 wide here almost, with Raven, Neb and Razagamer, as Razagamer just slots in behind, but Neb, Restream and Raven still going side by side as we go through Woodcut and now into Cop's Corner. Yeah, don't go side by side through there. And Neb Restream backs out going into that corner, but Razagamer here might have gotten a better jump, and he does actually overtake the Mercedes going into Maggotts and Beckett. As we do have Grant and Jamie here going side by side. Can Jamie hold that down the inside? Yes, he absolutely can. Both of these drivers starting on the inside. Actually, XPG Grant on the full wet tyres. Still side by side going through that corner and going on to the Wellington straight, and I think France has got that, but Jamie now under pressure by Brian Evans. Jamie actually still holds it down the inside of Grant's there, and he's going to have the outside now for Luffield. Can he keep that though? But I think France has got that. Is Brian Evans going to try and make a move down the inside of Jamie? Brian Evans is on the inside. And does he have the better power, though? I think they're about equal going on to the exit through Woodcuts. And now it's Cop's Corner. Don't go side by side through here. They're going to try it side by side into Cop's Corner. Somehow they get through cleanly. Jamie goes off the track. And Brian Evans gets the move up into P13. Brian Evans going side by side there with Jamie. And I think Grants as well. Grants might have had a slight moment there. Are we going to see 3 wide here going down into the next corner? Yes, we are. Still 3 wide with a Williams, Alpine and Aston Martin. The Alpine somehow gets through the Aston Martin, now going side by side with the Williams. Still trying to maintain it 3 wide there nearly, going into Luffield, but the Aston Martin still on the inside. Can he get that move done on More Leader? More Leader just trying to hold on, but I think Jamie just has the edge over that, but More Leader just has to slot in behind. Jamie still trying to give it his all, but he just can't get past that Alpine, as More Leader actually has a slight moment there. Will that allow his teammate to get through here? Dodo still reserving for Williams, and they're going to go side by side through Maggotts and Beckett. These are 2 teammates, but somehow they go through side by side with roughly no contact, and Dodo gets up into P15. Jamie here getting close to Grant. Can Jamie get the move going down into Stowe Corner? Grant moves over. Jamie switches to the outside. Round the outside Jamie goes. Grant still holds it down the inside in the wet. Who's going to get the edge going into the final couple of corners of Vale? Still side by side going into the braking zone. And I think the Aston Martin just has the edge. A few drivers going into the pits there, but Grant comes back at him. Round the inside. Has the inside for the final corner of Club. Still side by side. Bit of contact. And this might allow Dodo to get past all 2 of them going into turn 1. Does he get 2? He just gets 1 on Grant, and Jamie stays in P13. You can see More Leader burning the ERS there to try and get past on Grant. Grant responds by burning his overtake side by side nearly into Cop's Corner. And Grant actually does go a little bit wide. More Leader has the inside. Can he get through there? And we have a lovely helicopter shots of this battle. Still side by side, and I think there was a little bit of contact there, but Morleader isn't able to get the move as Grant really defends that really nicely. Morleader still trying to get past Grant. Can he get down the inside there into Stowe corner? He does just get a wheel there, but not enough. Switches to the inside. Will he have a dive there in the wet? He tries to. Grant goes wide. Morleader hits the apex. Switch back there from Morleader, and through goes Morleader. It was coming. And I'll tell you what, that was a very neat move there from Morleader. CGM now trying to go down the inside. Can he get the move going into Abbey? He just gets a tyre there, but not able to, and backs out of that move. So if you don't have a tumble dryer, you always have to keep looking outside your window, and at the slightest hint of rain, you get your washing in. As the McLaren goes a little bit wide there, Raven goes around the inside, switches to the outside for Vale. Raven on the outside, the McLaren on the inside, and that is a great move there from Raven around the outside of Vale. Brian Evans and Twizzler there having a bit of a battle. So Brian Evans thinking maybe I need to fight some of the drivers, but Twizzler coming back at him down down the Wellington straight. Side by side they go. Will they keep that as we go into the next corner? Brian Evans does hold it down the inside. Can he get the move with those fresh? No, not with those fresh inters. Does manage to hold it down the inside and keep the place there, but that was a good from Brian Evans. But Twizzler now, can he get past? As Brian Evans moves to the inside to prevent that, and they all somehow keep it on the track. But I think Jamie there has a better traction there out of Cop's corner, and he is going to be side by side with that RB going into the next few corners. And I think Jamie's been pushed off there by Twizzler. Jamie gets a 3-second penalty. I think that can be removed. Arlo is getting quite close as well to Twizzler. Tries to the outside, going into Magnus and Beckett. That's very daring. Round the outside for turn 12. Will he have the inside for turn 13? No, he doesn't. Will he prepare for the exit though? And I think he has DRS enabled. Obviously no DRS in this wet weather conditions. And I think Twizzler might have actually just pulled ahead, but Tharlo is looking for it, and he does go down the inside, going into Stowe corner in the wet. And I think Tharlo has got the move done. Tharlo up into P9. Will we see a few of these drivers in? So Raven does come in. Alex, will he follow his teammate? Yeah, he doesn't. Smart move there from him, but Razagamer comes in as well. Where will Alex come out? I think he will be just behind his teammate. There is that whole group coming around right now, and this might actually be quite close. Neb losing more places. Razagamer maybe? Alex does come out behind Razagamer, so will Razagamer pulling that undercut strategy and gets in front of that Ferrari finally, and he's going to be breathing a sigh of relief that that car in his rear view mirrors and not in front of him. Surely Raven's got it now. Jamie trying to move to the inside to block off Raven. Raven having to switch to the outside, side by side, going into turn 6. Then Jamie just able to stay in front going into turn 7. That is some lovely defensive driving there from Jamie. Nice and legal too. Jamie just trying to break that. Raven switching to the outside. Bit of contact there. Round the outside goes Raven. Can he get that move stick? Almost trying to run Jamie out of room, but Raven finally gets the move. Will Jamie look for a send? Yes, he does. Going into Vale Club. And he has a massive snap of oversteer. Somehow they don't make contact. And Raven is through up into P5. Good move from Raven as Brian Evans is in the pits. Will Neb look for a dive? Yes, he does. Going into turn 3 on Twizzler. I think Twizzler having a bit of a snap there. Will Razagamer try and get down the inside? Yes, he does. Another bit of contact as we see Stizzy and Alex going side by side now. Razagamer still trying to fend, or still trying to get overtake. Razagamer still trying to get past Twizzler, and Alex on Stizzy as well. Razagamer and Twizzler still going side by side. Razagamer gets in front as Alex gets the move on Stizzy, but goes wide as Twizzler gets the move back, and Razagamer sends it down the inside into turn 7. Can he get that move stick once again down the inside? And I think Razagamer does indeed get that, and now Twizzler has to fend off Alex. As we do see Jamie trying to fend off Neb Restream there. Raven already pulling a 2-second gap, but I think Neb's actually gone down the inside there for a switchback. Can he get that move stick? Around the outside can Neb. Jamie holds the inside. Neb looks for a switchback. Looks for another switchback. Right on board with Neb. Is he getting close? You can see Jamie. He's just there. Jamie leaving the space. And Neb burning the overtake, trying to get down the inside of Abbey, but isn't able to. Neb having to stay behind for the time being. Look for a dive into turn 3, though. Yes, he does. Latest on the brakes. Can he get that move stick? He's trying to get it. Is Neb? We'll try for another switchback, but Razagamer is covering him off. Razagamer actually trying to make a move on Neb there. And I think Razagamer is going to get it. He's still side by side with the Mercedes, though. Razagamer does indeed get the place on Neb. Razagamer out from nowhere. And he's starting to dominate this race. Well, not actually dominate, but you know what I mean. Neb, though, still trying to hold it around the outside, though, into Luffield. But he just doesn't have the grip around the outside there. And Razagamer stays in front. Good move from Razza. Izzy and Alex still going side by side, though. Cop's corner, though. This is going to end well. They somehow make it through cleanly, but Alex doesn't... Stizzy, sorry. It does indeed get the move, and I think Jaipo Jippy now trying to make a move on Alex. Round the inside he will have, but he actually backs out going into Baggers and Beckett's. As I think Stizzy is trying to make a move on Twizzler as well. Round the outside he will have to try and make it. Will he get it done before the breaking point? No, he doesn't. He actually doesn't... Oh, no, he does hold it side by side. Ignore me. Can he get that move stick, though? He's still going to be side by side, but I think he has actually just backed out. Twizzler moves to the inside, though. And you can see Stizzy is trying to push that RB through that corner. Alex is still there, though. Don't mark him out. Razagamer still side by side here with Jamie, though. Can Twizzler get that move? Sorry, Razagamer, sorry, get that move on Jamie. Pushes Jamie off again. And Jamie's been in quite a bit of drama here. As Neb having to take avoiding action there of Jamie, but that could be another thing looked into from Razagamer. As we do see Alex there trying to get down the inside of Stizzy and gets that move. I think Stizzy might have had a moment, and Alex is just allowed through. Jaipo Jippy, though, he's still trying to make a move for Twizzler. Sorry, Stizzy. All of these drivers, and I can't even keep up. Stizzy trying to make a move on the Ferrari, but instead... Jaipo Jippy gets the move. Alex trying to make a move on Twizzler around the outside. Neb also trying to make a move on Jamie. Neb actually gets the move, but the Ferrari still trying to find the inside. The Ferrari now down the inside of Jamie as well. Alex gets past, but he did touch Jamie a little bit, but I think that will all be fine as Twizzler goes off there from hitting the back of Jamie, off into the very wet and slippery area there. And he drops out to Stacey as well. Caden very slightly there through Abby. This top fight is changing all the time. And now Milionski, Alex and Neb now going side by side. So it might have been Milionski, not Jamie. Jamie's all the way down in P9. Milionski moving to the inside though to defend. Alex trying to get down the inside. Are we going to see three wide as Alex goes down the inside? Can he get the outside or goes down the inside, round the outside now as we see Neb and Milionski now going at it. Milionski just staying in front for the time being. And honestly, this battle is really heating up. Just a few laps to go. Milionski hold it around the outside. Yes, he does. On the outside has the inside for Vale. I think Alex has just been able to hold off though, but Milionski's still down the inside. And Alex stays in front for the moment, and Milionski has to back out. That was some good racing there from Alex. Although might actually be trying to make a move on Brian Evans here. On Bubbly, sorry. This is for the lead. Down the inside into Vale. Can he get that move stick? No, he can't. He just has to settle behind. But Jaipo Jippy there getting a move on his own teammates. I think Neb might have moved over and let him get that move. Milionski and Alex actually going side by side now. Somehow Milionski on those 23 lap forward inters. He's trying to make a move. Switches to the inside. Has that caught Alex napping a little bit? No, he doesn't. Alex able to stay in front. Milionski trying to find a move down the inside though, and he does get down the inside, and he actually gets the move on Alex, but will he wash out wide on those old inters going into Luffield? No, he doesn't. Got a 10-second from when he overpassed Twizzler. And Neb actually gives him the place there quite easily. Neb's got a puncture. Left tire is gone. Off into the gravel. He somehow keeps it moving. Raven's actually got into the lead. When did he do that? Raven was in P3 like 2 laps ago, but now he's in the lead. Bubbly in P2 and Thardo in P3. 1 second behind Bubbly. Raven has just come alive in these final few laps. I don't know. Oh, is Jaipo Jippy's now got a rear left puncture? That is not what he needs, but we are going to see Raven, who is coming up into Stowe Corner, as he is going to be the driver that is going to be winning this round, hopefully for his sake, as he comes around the final few corners round through Vale and into Club Corner. And we are going to see Raven West win the British Grand Prix to start Season 7. Bubbly was in the lead from pole, will finish in P2. Tharlo smacks into the wall, finishes P3. Milionski finishes P4, but with penalties. Alex will take P4. Razagamer P5. Milionski, where will he finish as Stizzy comes through? Milionski takes P6 when starting on Inters, pitted a lap later, and then does the entire race on those tyres. Stizzy finishes P7, Caden P8 as he comes around the final corner. Twizzler takes P9, and Jamie will finish P10, but with those 9 seconds worth of penalties, where will that place him? He will take home P10 at the moment, but more leader is 12.7 seconds with a 3-second penalty himself, so he will surely be taking P11. Brian Evans gets the move there on Jaipo Jippy, and Bath Destroyer does too, as Brian Evans, I think, might have actually run out of... No, he hasn't run out of fuel, but I'll tell you what, Bath Destroyer is getting close. This is going to be close. Can Bath Destroyer get it on the final lap? Yes, he does. Bath Destroyer takes P12. Brian Evans P13. Jaipo Jippy trundling in the pit lane, it has to be said. Neb Restream will come around the final few corners now, and he will for sure take P15 here. Sliding around the final corner, and actually takes the fastest lap as well. And Dodo will finish P16 with CPM and Grant already finishing the race.